Growth is intentional. Growth is never achieved accidentally. Growth is never achieved coincidentally. Growth is never achieved spontaneously. Growth can only and must be achieved intentionally. Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Orfo. Welcome again to another session of Instructions for Living. We've been on the conversation for a couple of weeks now on the process of becoming. Last week, we dealt on a major aspect, a major requirement of every process of becoming, which was said to be vision. And today, we're taking the second requirement of that, which is plan. Now, after you have a vision, it is important that you have a plan. Once you're able to answer the right questions of that vision, where am I going? What do I want to be known for? What do I want to achieve? And all those other questions that we outlined last week, you must now draft a plan. A person that has a plan without a vision would never achieve what he ought to achieve. Again, or another person that has a vision without a plan, same thing, can't achieve anything. So you have a vision, you will just be, it's just be like that popular saying, if wishes were horses, then beggars should ride. So every single person that has a vision, you have a dream, you have a desire, you must now put it to work by following a plan. This brings me to the first law of growth by Dr. John C. Maxwell, where he said that growth is intentional. Growth is never achieved accidentally. Growth is never achieved coincidentally. Growth is never achieved spontaneously. Growth can only and must be achieved intentionally. And as you consider the intentionality of growth, you must consider these two vital aspects, which is having a vision and then drafting a plan. So when we talk about a plan, what is a growth plan? A growth plan is simply a systematic outline of activities that you follow daily on a regular basis to bring about the right kind of growth and results that you expect. So it is systematic. It is an outline of activities that you engage in. In fact, this also brings me to remember the writings and the words of Dr. John C. Maxwell while he talked about the rule of five. He talked about the rule of five, using the simple illustration that if I want to fell a tree, I pick up my axe, I sharpen the axe, and the axe is good to go. And I swing at that tree. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 50, 100. It doesn't matter how many times. If I keep on swinging at that tree, what will happen eventually? It will come down, right? Now, by the time I spend all my energy swinging at that tree until it comes down, what will happen eventually would be I'll develop a backache, I'll become tired, I may have a sprain on my shoulder, etc. But the rule of five tells you that if you want to bring down the tree, simple. Pick up that axe, swing at the same spot 5 times. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Drop the axe, do other things that you are doing. Tomorrow, pick up the axe again on the same spot that you left it yesterday. Swing at it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't fall, no problem. Drop it down, do other things. The next day, pick it up. What will happen eventually is that tree must come down. So the rule of 5 simply explains that there must be 5 things that you do every day that is supposed to bring you closer to your goals, to that vision. So the question now that you need to answer, what are the lineup of your daily activities? It's so sad many times that certain individuals desire to grow, they desire to become better, they desire to achieve greatness, but in their desire alone, they have no plan. They have no active plan. Think about this, right? Somebody says that I want to be a great public speaker. Now, you want to be a great public speaker. For the last 3 months, you have read no book on public speaking. For the last 3 months, you've listened to 0 podcasts on public speaking. You've attended 0 conferences. The question now is, how exactly do you think, let's even go further to say you've had 0 attempts in public speaking. So how exactly are you going to bring that dream to pass? Again, remember that the process of becoming gives us the concept that you are able to bring your potential to materialism. You are able to push your potential to reality. So it's not just a potential that, oh, I believe I can fly. Beyond your belief, you are able to bring it to manifestation. And that is where the process of becoming comes. So now you have a vision. It's a beautiful and a vital requirement. You have your vision. The next thing you need to have is a plan. All right, so let's now talk about how a growth plan is. So, it's everything that you do every day. When you wake up in the morning, what are the first lineup of things you do? Right? There are various aspects of life, of a person's life, that we should consider. Number one, your health. So everything that you're doing as concerning your life on the process of becoming, your health must be considered. So on the subject of your health, what is your feeding pattern? What do you eat? You eat a lot of junk, or are you going to choose to be eating properly? That's your feeding pattern. How much of water are you going to be drinking on a daily basis? I mean, medicine tells us that on a daily basis, on an average, everybody loses 3 liters of water naturally, normally, without, urinating more and, without any medical condition in view. You are losing at least 3 liters of water, or about 3 liters of water. So it means that just for simple maintenance, you need 3 liters on a daily basis. If you take a big bottle of water, ever bottle, whatever, that's about 1.5 liters. So you need at least 2 of that every day. That's just to stay hydrated. All right, that's on a daily basis. But then instead of taking more of water, people drink more of Coke, Fanta, soft drink, malt, etc. So, when you consider your health, that is now a plan that you are setting up. So when you wake up in the morning, drink a glass of water. Let's start from there. Take a bottle of water. Finish it. Just drink it from the beginning. Just finish it. Finish that whole bottle. That is you putting your health in perspective. All right? Every week, you should have at least one day that you dedicate to exercise. It's all part of building a growth plan, that you are not leaving your health aside. Okay? In terms of your meals, you should always push for balanced diet. Nobody stops you completely from taking snacks, from taking sweets and all of that, but it should be that you have regular days, that you have regular meals. All right? So snacks can just, be as filters in between here and there, but you should eat properly. Eat a lot of vegetables, eat a lot of fruit, drink a lot of water. And then even in your plan, how much time do you spend just resting? You walk. You cannot become just like that. When you understand that this is a process, you will get the idea that even applying the rule of 5, like I mentioned earlier on, you need time to rest. You need a day, a period, a moment where you rest from your day's work. So you can decide to say that, all right, for the sake of this process of becoming, my growth plan will factor in that from 8 p.m. every day, I have a friend that her bedtime is 9 p.m. And if her bedtime is 9 p.m., can you imagine that? That 9 p.m., she has shut down, her phone is already on silent, she has dropped it on the table, she's on her bed, she sleeps. She wakes up every day around 3, 4, and then she gets her day started. But some other individuals, imagine you are on social media till 12, 1, 2 a.m., just laughing at TikTok. And I'm wondering, how exactly do you want to become the person that you dream of in your future? It doesn't work that way. So it's all part of your plan. So when someone tells you that, oh, I'm going jogging Saturday morning, it's because there is a plan, there is a vision. All right? It's because there is a vision. Every single person must give themselves to a plan that brings them closer to their vision. But that's just for health, Draw out a plan for every aspect of your life. We've talked about your health. Drop a plan for your career. Drop a plan for your mental growth. You have a skill that you want to learn. How do you want to learn this skill? You must have heard of SMART goals before. SMART. SMART goals, it means that every goal should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, attainable, it should be realistic, and it should be time bound. Every single goal, it must be that. So that's how you drop your plan. So on a daily basis, you must engage in goals. You should have goals. What do I want to achieve before the end of today? What do I want to achieve before the end of today? So as the moment you are starting your day, your time is already running. So if you wake up by 6 a.m., it should not be at 6 a.m. that you are drawing your plan for the day. That's already wasted time already. You should draw the plan for tomorrow today. So tonight, before I sleep, I am going to draw my plan for tomorrow. So before I sleep tonight, I already know how my tomorrow is supposed to go. I'm going to know what exactly am I going to achieve by the end of tomorrow. So as soon as for instance, let's assume that according to a plan that was drawn, according to the plan that I have drawn, I have written it down that I'm going to start my day by 5 a.m. I'm going to do my prayers from 5 to 6 a.m. I'm going to read a portion of a book from 6 a.m. to 6:30. I'm going to do my daily workout from 6:30 to 7. I'm going to start preparing for work from 7 to 7:20. I'll take my breakfast 7:20 to 7:30. I leave for work at 7:30. Arrive at my place of work before 8 o'clock. I resume 8. I work till 4, and then I leave work at 4, a few minutes past 4. Before 5 p.m., I'm at work. I take a brief nap from whatever time, 5:36 till about 7:30. Then, there is already a plan. Now, imagine if all of this was meant to start at 5 a.m. Then I wake up and the first thing I see on my time is 6:25 a.m. You know that I have already wasted 1 hour, 25 minutes. There will be a feeling of remorse. There will be a feeling of regret. There will be a feeling of pain because there was a plan to start with. Imagine if you live your life throughout every day in, day out, without a plan, without anything that you are specifically running after. It's going to affect your result because, if you have no vision, you have nothing to run for. You have nothing to work for. You have nothing to do. So, someone can sit down and watch multiple movies every day, every single day. You're watching 2-3 movies. You sit down with a series movie from 8 a.m. You are finishing that entire season in 2 days, and then you are starting the next one, and you're done with that, you start the next one, you're done with that, you start the next one, you're done with that, you start the next one, and you just keep going in and out. The question is it that you have no vision? Or you say, I have a vision. Remember the third set of persons that I talked about in the last session, where the people have zero commitment, but there is a vision. So this is how you start building commitment. You must start off by drawing a plan. The plan will tell you what you should be doing per season, per day, per time. At 9 p.m. tonight, what would you be doing? There should have been a plan already. By 9 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be having a discussion. By 9 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be attending a webinar. By 9 p.m. tonight, I will be taking my bath and getting ready for bed. By 9 p.m. tonight, in fact, I would already be sleeping. There is a plan. When you live your life in such a structured way, years to come, your entire body system will become so used to that plan, and you will be able to monitor your progress because of a deliberate plan that you are deliberately following. Remember, in the words of Dr. John C. Maxwell, growth is never accidental. Growth is never spontaneous. Growth is never spontaneous. It doesn't just happen. Growth must only and always would be intentional. So thank you for joining in. I'm going to give you an instruction now where you are going to settle down and draft a growth plan for every single aspect of your life, in your aspect of your finances, in the aspect of your health, your spirituality, your mental health, your attitude, etc. What would you be doing from now on? In what way? In fact, how would you be doing what you will be doing to bring about the kind of results that you want to have? And all of the plan that you are going to draft must be in line with your vision. Don't just draw a plan just because it seems like a good thing you would love to achieve. It must all be centered around the big vision that you have of the kind of future you want to have, of the kind of person you want to become, of the kind of things you want to do. My name is Dr. Derek Orfo. Thank you for joining in. This is Instructions for Living. Do well to like, do well to click the notification button, do well to subscribe, and do well to keep following this channel, Agents of Reformation, because there is so much more that we're going to be talking about. As we are moving from here, from the next session, we're going to start talking about the stages that you must follow on the process of becoming. Stay tuned and you get much more